Om Shanti. We are just awaiting Asha Didi's arrival. So we'll just take a few more minutes and then we shall start. Thank you. So welcome all of you. And before we start, we spend a minute in silence. Invoke the Divine Being, the Supreme Being. So once again, good evening to the people joining from India and from different parts of the globe. Good morning to the west coast of US and Canada. And welcome to the episode 16 on responsibility. As all of you are aware, a couple of days ago, we had this beautiful Mama Day celebrated. This was in remembrance of our very dear Mateshwari Jagdamba Saraswati, whom we used to call, or we still call her very lovingly as Mama. And all of you know that she was an epitome of many virtues, but we have covered since the last 3 episodes, the first 2 values on humility and economy by Sister Jayanti from London, which Mama was an embodiment of. We also are planning to have a silence retreat on economy for the same in the first week of July. And we were very fortunate that Asha Didi was there to cover with us on detachment. And beautifully, we have experienced the value which was taken into much of depth, also with the practical aspects which Asha Didi had covered, because she was undergoing those challenging situations that time, which she had shared. And today we are here with Asha Didi again. We are very, very fortunate, despite having a busy schedule. She has given us time. She will be covering on responsibility. Before I go further ahead, when I look at the word responsibility, again, Mama was an embodiment of being responsibly taking proper care of entire yajna. But responsibility, the word itself tells you ability to respond. So, and Mama, like, she used to respond to every situation so beautifully. She used to take care of all the children and all the upheavals up and down in the yajna with perfect marvel and a perfect perfection, I must say. So Asha Didi is there with us, and I would request Anu sister now to welcome her with flowers. And Anu sister is joined all the way from Vancouver. So Anu sister, over to you.
Dear Asha Didi, a very hearty and warm welcome to Vancouver and our Values for Life program. Thank you so much for giving us your invaluable time today, Didi. And on behalf of the whole Vancouver VK family and the team of Values for Life program and all the viewers globally. We welcome you with this beautiful bouquet of flowers. Thank you, Didi. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anu sister, for the beautiful flowers. And before I go ahead, a few housekeeping instructions, and also I would like to introduce Asha Didi. All of you know Asha Didi quite well now. She has been with us for the first episode. Let me just remind you a quick recap. She has joined the Brahma Kumaris, or she was introduced to the Brahma Kumaris at a very tender age of 9 years. And since 1972, she has dedicated her life to the organization. She basically was working as a lecturer at Mount Carmel Degree College in Bangalore. And she was a topper and gold medalist in MA Psychology from the same university. She's a very popular face on the Brahma Kumaris channels of, I must say, Peace of Mind Television and even the Awakening channel. And as far as Brahma Kumaris are concerned, she's the chairperson of one of the wings, that is the administrator wing. And she also serves the entire Delhi zone, serving as the regional coordinator of that area. And what I must say about Didi, she's got the perfect blend of love and law. And I felt when I look at Didi, she's a perfect embodiment of how to handle responsibility in a perfect way, because she's the director, she's the director of the Om Shanti Retreat Center at Delhi. And she also is on the management committee of the Brahma Kumaris. So she's got a lot of responsibility on her shoulders, but she's absolutely light while performing that. So we would want to listen to how Asha Didi can be so light despite having such a big responsibility. And a last few housekeeping instructions on the translations. If you click on the interpretation icon, you can see all the languages in front of you, and you can click them and listen to whatever you wish. We won't be opening the chat box right now because it disturbs the speaker. So around 45 to 50 minutes will be the first talk till say around 9 p.m. India time. And after that, we'll have a question answer session. So you all can send in your questions by around say 8:55 to me. My name would be written in the chat box. And then we'll take 15 minutes question and answer session, followed by a closing meditation, which this time we definitely make sure technology doesn't create any hassles. And we have Asha Didi for our meditation as well on responsibility. So with this, over to Asha Didi for the talk. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Manoj Bhai, for giving this opportunity. And thank you for the lovely bouquet of roses. And I also welcome the audience. I'm not able to see everyone, but in subtle form, all of you are present in front of me. When it comes to the value of responsibility, the figure that emerges in my mind is that of Brahma Baba, Mama, and Dadi Prakashmani. What is responsibility? If we look at it, we have been given or we have taken certain roles. Maybe it is due to circumstances, situations, necessities, and it can be out of our own choices also. And Our moral responsibility is to honor that role that has been entrusted to us. When I look at Brahma Baba, Brahma Baba's case is very different, where he says he did not want that, but it was just by chance that Shiv Baba caught hold of him. And when Shiv Baba found him and made him his chariot, he became very responsible. I remember Brahma Baba, who used to say that I was a simple household person, but somehow Baba, Shiv Baba has made me his chariot, and since I became his chariot, I have to face a lot of opposition, which was never earlier experienced by him. He was held in high esteem in his social milieu. He was very reputed diamond merchant, very honest, good at everything. And people used to look at him as the one who keeps to discipline, bhakti, and so on. But when Baba found him, he accepted that responsibility. And not only accepted the responsibility, but simultaneously he had another attitude, and that was fully detached, or he was trusty. He used to say, whatever Shiv Baba does is acceptable to him. There was time, testing time. All of you know the story when there were only 25 paise left in the cash box for annas. And there was nothing to feed 350 people. But Baba was totally worry-free. It is not that he was careless. It is not that he was not caring, but he did not have worry. The reason that I am only a trustee, he is responsible. He had delegated that responsibility to him. It is he who has to take care. At times, when responsibility is given to us, it is true, we have to perform it fully with integrity, honesty, and conscientiousness, because I've accepted it. But simultaneously, the beautiful skill that we learn in Brahma Kumaris is to remain worry free also simultaneously. It gives lot of satisfaction. Do your best and leave the rest to God. Brahma. I would say we must perform our duty with full responsibility. But if there is something that is lacking or where um, something has gone wrong, a true heart, if I'm really honest and I have true heart, I will accept that situation also, that I am responsible for it. Many a times we find when things are good, going in good way, everyone claims that I did this, I did this. But whenever there is something which has gone wrong, is wanting, then the pointing finger goes towards the others, blaming. It is because of her, because of him. No. A good leader, a conscientious, responsible person does not point his finger towards others, but takes full responsibility of plus and the minus that has been happening. This is responsibility, where you have full faith in the self, you have faith in your people, and if anything happens, good or bad, then you share it. Not only me, but it is with the help, collaboration of others. I feel, and what I have learned from the organization, that we work, we fulfill our responsibilities through collaboration. No single person can do everything. And this requires what we say the attitude of looking at the specialities of others. A responsible, good, responsible person is able to identify the qualities of others. And this was the quality of Brahma Baba. Brahma Baba, in one of the stories, there was one soul not good at anything, won't listen to anyone. But wherever Baba went, that soul would be present because of photograph or something, but that soul used to be present. Everyone used to complain about that person to Baba. Baba used to smile. He knew the art. One day, he called that person and said, "Look, child, I have found you that you are very punctual, very regular. There is one particular duty. No one is able to perform it. I am not able to find anyone. Can you do that?" And it was to start the boiler in the morning, early morning, around 2 o'clock. And that person became so happy that Baba is giving me this responsibility. and he did that work up to the end of his life. So, responsible person, responsibility does not mean that I alone have to do everything. No, we are able to fulfill our role of a responsible person through collaboration, as I said. And this collaboration we are able to elicit when we have this attitude that I have to be looking at only the plus qualities, good qualities of others, the specialities of others, and making use of them. One thing that I would like to say here is Baba tells us that children, who is responsible for you? Our first duty is to take charge of our own life. I remember I was traveling in Europe, and I think it was Scotland, where they had a topic for me, and the topic was change who? Me? Change who? Me? At first, when I saw the topic, I started thinking, so what is to be said? It straight away said, take responsibility of your life, take charge of your life. Generally, people tend to blame others for their plight, for their state of affairs. But who is responsible? Whatever we are, whatever we do, we are responsible for it. And by blaming others, remember, by blaming others, we can make that person feel guilty, but it will not change you. It will not change you. The change has to come from within. Then I find a responsible person, it comes to Mama, a responsible person has perseverance. I recall one instance where Brahma Baba said to Mama that he wanted to send 108 pictures of Kalpa tree to different universities of the country. And those days, they were not being printed, but painted with hands. And those days, even this was at a very crude level. You remember we used to have tracing paper, and people used to trace out, and then, sisters would fill the colors. And the time was very short. Everyone said to Mama, Mama, why are you saying yes to Baba? It is not possible at all. But Mama said, no. Baba has said, if Baba has said, it means it is possible. Because Baba will not say anything which is impossible for the children to do. It is possible, and we will do it. And daddies used to tell us that Mama used to sit there with daddies the whole day, and she would also bring water for the people who were doing work there. But she saw to it that Baba received these 108 pictures before time. Responsibility makes a person to learn many things. To learn many things. I feel humility is one of those things that we learn by becoming responsible. You are what you are. But wherever you are, if you are in a responsible position and you have to take your people along with you, you have to be very humble. And humility works. I know another instance from the life of Dadi Prakashmani. Dadi Prakashmani, once I was with her standing in front of Ishu Dadi's office, Panda Bhavan, Madhuban, Mount Abu. And there was a little tiff between the gateman and the vehicle person who had just arrived. Dadi saw there was some argument going on. She said, let's go and find out what is wrong. Dadi was the chief of the organization at the time and fully responsible for everything that goes on. When she saw this, she went up to that point and she asked the person, what is wrong? It was the car of the collector, and the gateman did not know. I'm talking of nearly 50 years back. And the gateman did not understand, did not realize that he was stopping the car of a government official. The collector was smiled, or it was SDM. He was very wise and said he should know whose car should be stopped and whose not. Then ultimately, Dadi folded her hands and said, I'm responsible for this. I accept this responsibility. I apologize to you. You forget it. Then I said to that person, do you know who she is? She is the chief of the organization. And he fell at the feet of Dadi. Responsibility makes us very, very humble. Humility. And where humility is there, no ego, then you are able to elicit cooperation from others. As I said to you earlier, a responsible person must have faith in the self. Dadi Prakashmani, when she was made the chief of the organization, she was a simple center in charge of one center. But she was there in Madhuban when Baba left the body. Baba had asked her a week ahead, before leaving the body, Kumarka, is it possible for you to take care of the yajna? Can you take care of the yajna? And Dadaji said, yes, Baba, under your guidance, I will be able to take care of the yajna. And after a week, and it is a coincidence, Baba never used to allow Dadi Prakashmani to stay in Madhuban. Even one day extra he wouldn't allow. He used to say, you have to be in the field. You have to be in the service field. You come with the group, go back with the group. But this time he said, he asked her to stay for 1 week. That he stayed. And during that time, Baba gave her training. Baba was preparing her. When Dadi took over, Baba left the body and Dadi was there. She was making phone calls. Whenever I have found a person is given responsibility, powers of the divine are also accompanying that responsibility. Dadiji, from a simple center in charge, becoming the chief, who made her so? Circumstances, her qualities. And when Dadi got the seat, Dadi got the power, we find a lot of change was there in Dadiji. Similarly, Mama, it is Mama's month. Mama came as a small young girl of 16 years of age. But when Baba gave her the responsibility that you are Yajna mother, her attitude changed. Mama was very beautiful, and let me tell you, she was very stubborn and little egoist also. But when she came to Baba, she recognized, realized the responsibility entrusted to her. She totally transformed herself. Her personality transformed and her body structure also transformed, changed. So, responsibility enables us to make our personality grow. We learn a lot through responsibility. We learn a lot. In fact, our personality becomes very rich. Very rich. You get so many experiences which otherwise you will not. So we should not shirk. We should not be shy of taking responsibility. If it is given to us, let us perform it to the best of our abilities. Then Mama was very fearless because she was responsible and she fully knew. And I would say any person who takes up any responsibility must have full knowledge of what he or she is responsible for. This full awareness should be there. And Mama knew this. Mama, because of this, and she also had full faith in Baba that He is there, Almighty is there with me. I am not alone. Recently, I came across this. I met one MD of a company, and he narrated his story. He was responsible for the whole company. So many people depended on him. Bad days were there, but he never shirked his responsibility. He stood with them, and he had a slogan written behind his chair, I am not alone. We are not alone. This gives a lot of strength. Similarly, Mama had full faith in the self. She had faith in her team. She had faith that Baba is there to make her perform her duties um, in most courageous way, fearless way. There were so many challenges because Mama was responsible. So many challenges. People would come and meet the person who is responsible for the organization, and here it was Mama. It was Amritsar. And in Amritsar, a big crowd had collected who were opponents, and Brother Jagdish was also there. 3 or 4 persons went up to see Mama. Long story, I'm cutting it short. Went to see Mama and talked to her. But Mama was sitting in yoga, totally in silence. When they saw her, they couldn't say a word. They came down. Mama asked them, "You want to say something? What is there, child?" And they were not able to say anything at all. And they came back and said, "Their Mama is very great. These sisters are bad, but Mama is very nice." Why? Responsibility gives such a strength. She was totally fearless. Fearless and courageous to face them. So, this quality automatically emerges when we have faith and we perform our duty, responsibility in a conscientious way. I would say that when we are taking up any responsibility, we should not be attached too much to it. Now, for instance, when I am here, this is still, ORC is still a part of the headquarters. Headquarters is the headquarters. I always ask myself, if I am asked to come to Mount Abu, leaving behind ORC, am I immediately able to do that? This makes me alert, and it gives me an opportunity to analyze how much responsibility my people can take when I'm absent. If I'm attached, I would say, no, this work is there, this work is there, this work is there. I cannot come to the headquarters. But that is not right. My responsibility in the headquarters is greater than what I have here. If I'm attached, I will never be able to grow, never be able to perform higher responsibility. So if I become too attached to my responsibility, it will give me sorrows also. At times sorrows, at times happiness. But that is not the stage. One has to be equal, or what to say, one has to have very balanced mind, whether it is right, wrong, whatever, very balanced. So attachment, as this is one area where extra responsible people, extra conscientious people are not able to withdraw themselves, not able to delegate their responsibility to others. Sometimes it also happens, and I know such people who are excellent at their work, excellent, but they do not have faith in the juniors that they will be able to do. It is true, it is true that the work that you do, the style in which you work, others will not be able to. But how will they grow? Responsibility of mine is not only towards the self. The people with whom I live, I have to see that they also grow along with me. Their growth should also be there. Development should be there. Maturity should be there. This happens only when they are given the responsibility. So, a responsible person should know when to hand over the responsibility to another one, how, when to delegate it. And if you look at the performance of a responsible person, whether I'm doing right or not, the measurement would be the level of satisfaction that I have, contentment that I have done my duty properly, and I have made a significant contribution. So, a responsible person is able to, he has to take care that he is able to manage his time, resources to bring maximum benefit while accommodating necessary change. This is responsibility. I recall one instance where director, he was not exactly director, but number two in one of the hospitals of Delhi, there was some problem. And this person should have been there, should have gone there, but he did not. He shied away. Ultimately, the result was that he was transferred, that you were supposed to be in this difficult time in the hospital when you were also given the call that you should be there and you are absent. It is not performing your responsibility or duty properly. And he was ultimately transferred. Then he left the job and went to some other place and so on. So a responsible person fully understands that everyone has something worthwhile to offer. Second, there cannot be competitive approach. There has to be cooperation. And dear brothers and sisters, you will agree with me. Cooperation is much better than competition. Competition, of course, allows a person to bring out the best from inside. But cooperation is the positive value that makes us survive. Someone was giving the example, even the smugglers survive because of the inner cooperation amongst themselves. If just one of them gets away, then the whole thing is busted. So cooperation important. When rights are there, responsibilities go along with them. Generally, we people become very conscious about their rights but no responsibilities. And this is what every country wants its citizens to learn, that if you have any rights, you have responsibility also to fulfill. So this was a bit about this. And coming to Mama, I'll say Mama fulfilled her responsibility in every way. And she won the faith and the love of the people. And remember Dadi Gulzar's case. Sometimes it also happens that when person is not prepared, your junior is not prepared, and you have to work on the person so that someone is there to take care of your responsibility and you move ahead to fulfill greater responsibility lying ahead. And this is also one of the things that Mama used to do. Dadi Gulzar was in Lucknow, and in Delhi, the center where all the big dadis were living, Mama was sending them out to different other centers like Kamal Sundari and Didi and others. Mama was sending them to different other centers, and now in this center, a good teacher was needed. And Dadi Gulzar was brought from Lucknow to Delhi. Dadi Gulzar said to Mama, Mama, such big sisters are there. How will those mothers or students have faith in me? I'm so small. Mama said, I will make you big. I will make you big. So she trained up Dadi Gulzar, and that Dadi Gulzar, up to the end, she remained as the chief of Delhi zone. So a few principles I would say in the end. The times ahead are such where we have to share our responsibility. So have love and faith and respect for everyone's good qualities. Number two, as you think, so you become. You are responsible for your state of affairs, and it depends on your thinking. The way what you think, you become the same. Another statement that Baba has taught us, another principle, as you do, others are likely to learn from you. This was something that Baba told me directly, and that was in my last meeting with Sakar Baba, when he said to me, child, always remember, as I do, others are likely to follow me, others are likely to learn from me. And the third principle is that I am the creator of my own fortune. No one is responsible for it. I am the creator of my own fortune, or whatever nowadays you say destiny. I am responsible for it. So these were a few thoughts, and if you recall your young days, childhood days, that how teachers used to give us responsibility of doing small, small things. So that kind of trait needs to be sustained, where we were very honest at the time, very honest, very active, very alert, and we saw to it that whatever we did, it was successful. So this is what I feel about it. If there are any questions, I'll be happy to take them.
Thank you, Asha Didi. Thank you so
Tomorrow
much.
morning, Manoj Bhai, I leave for Mount Abu.
Yeah.
So up to 9:15, I can be there with you up to the question answer session.
Yeah, fine. I actually got a call from Neha Didi. So I told her 9:15. So is that okay? 9:15, as you also said. So, yeah.
Okay.
And and then Claudia's sister can do the meditation. So that's fine. Then we'll do that.
Okay.
Is it okay? We'll take the question and answer till 9:15.
Yeah, okay.
That's okay. Okay. Thank you. So excellent talk. Quite a few points. I just loved this beautiful point that which I never thought of actually. That a person who is responsible for the organization as a leader, he or she really has to look at the attributes of all the good qualities in all his subordinates, and that will really make a difference, as you rightly said. And I also like the last principles which you mentioned. I think these are slogans of Mama only in one way. As you do, others are likely to do what you are doing because they just copy, because copying is easy. So with this, you also mentioned that you should surrender everything to the divine, to the Almighty. So a question has come that can I feel relaxed in my life and put all the responsibility of my life to God and just be totally relaxed?
When I say that we entrust everything to the divine, it means that I am doing my best. I cannot just expect God to fulfill my responsibilities or perform my responsibility. No. What I mean is that I do my responsibility, my part of the work, but if nothing happens, untoward anything happens, then I'll just leave it to divine that, well, maybe it is not the right time, it has not happened, but I should not become discouraged. I should not be, I should not be, I should not lose my enthusiasm that it cannot happen. So, dear brother or sister, whoever has asked this question, it does not mean that you stay relaxed and let God do your work. It does not happen. As you do, so shall you reap. You have to do, but also have faith in the divine that He is there to help you.
Right. Very similar to this, that as you sow, so shall you reap. People are saying that we are going through a lot of tough times, COVID times. So why is God responsible for this suffering in the humanity? Why has COVID come to us?
Actually, it is not God who is doing it. No father, dear brothers and sisters, no father, even the lokic father, the bodily father, does not want to give any sorrows to his children. He does not want any sort to cause any sort of pain or suffering to his children. Even the father does not want it. So how can he, the divine, who is the father of all souls, give us sorrows? He does not send COVID. He has not sent it, but it is just a providence. It is because of the, say, our own karmic accounts, cumulative karmic accounts, we can say, or it is just in drama that it has happened. We have to face it. Such kinds of things have happened before also. People faced them. They came over. We have to learn lessons from it and move ahead. Now, in the times of COVID, people have learned to become friendly with each other. They have come closer to each other. So, these kinds of things, let us look at the positive side of it and leave that. Of course, it is very painful. I do agree. It is very, very painful to see our near and dear ones passing away, the close relatives passing away. But then we cannot do anything. All that we can do is to protect ourselves. And whatever virus is there, face it, challenge it, and be victorious. We have done it also. We have done it also. This epidemic has come, so we have done also drugs, new vaccines, etc., being created. But simultaneously, see that it is not sent by God. God does not do that. He does not give us suffering.
A doctor is asking a question that he is an intensivist, maybe working in the intensive care. And he says, I put all my efforts to save the patient. But if the patient dies, I am held responsible for the death of the patient. So, how do I take this? Am I responsible for the death?
Dear respected doctor, you have done your best. You have done your best. It is out of emotional outbursts that relatives or someone says that it is the doctor's folly, doctor is responsible. You know pretty well you are not. You did your best. But if still the patient died, what can you do? You can't help. So don't, I would only say, don't take it to your heart. If people are saying so, okay, you can just talk to them, tell them, but don't take this comment to your heart. If you take this to your heart, you will feel bad. You cannot afford to feel bad and sad because you are the one in the intensive care taking care of other patients also. If you become discouraged, what will happen to others? So let it be. You know inside that you did your best and you are not responsible for it. You were responsible if you intentionally did something. You did not do anything intentionally, but that was to happen. It has happened. We can't help it.
Thank you, Didi. A beautiful answer. Yet another doctor, many doctors are asking questions that we are doing our duties very well, and we are also spiritually enlightened beings. We are sending positive vibrations to everyone in this pandemic. Still, the pandemic is taking its own sweet time to ease out. So, can you give some advice on what do we do further now?
I am not a medical scientist, so we cannot, but we can only say it is taking its own time. Give good vibrations to the self, vibrations and a good vibration to the self, send out good vibrations outside. Secondly, meditation. And third thing is that willpower. Willpower. You would also heard that there were many people who were visited by corona. They did not even know that it has visited and they built up antibodies. How did it happen? It happened. And it happened with me. How? And anyway, I did not know at all. But we can help people to build up their willpower, have good meditation, and have good vibrations so that at least, at least the effect of medicines on the patients is better received by the body. I would like to share during this pandemic, second wave, which was very bad, there were many patients whose oxygen level was 60, 70, 80, and so on, and in difficult positions. But I found talking to them on telephone, video call with them, helped them a lot. There were such cases also where the condition was not good, but you tell the patient, oh, you have done better today. Your results are better today. They got encouragement, and the nurses, doctors were telling us that, sister, after such calls, patients' response to the treatment has improved. So we can help them in this way. But as far as this virus is concerned, it takes its own time to go away. But we have to keep ourselves protected and try to help others also as much as possible with spiritual strength, inner strength, building a willpower, and giving good thoughts to the self. It is one thing that, oh, this has come, now I will die. There were such cases also with us. In this campus, our brothers and sisters, 110 of my brothers and sisters, they were down with corona all together during Diwali. But talking to them continuously, giving them meditation classes, conversation, listening to them, all these things helped a lot. Helped a lot. A few cases who were frightened that, oh, corona is there, now I will die. No, such cases were also there. But through counseling and this thing, they recovered. So, in this way only, I feel that we can help each other, the patients and the doctors. Confidence in the self should also be good. They should not lose their confidence. Yes, we should not be negligent. We should not be negligent. And what I find is, if you are little considerate towards the um, patient's relatives and have nice, sweet words with them, this also helps a lot in the treatment of the patient.
Thank you so much. A beautiful answer, Didi. I'm sure the doctors in the audience are all satisfied. I'll take last two questions. You mentioned about you should not be shying away from responsibilities, nor even shunning them. You don't have to shun them as well. But a sister is asking that she's leading a BK life, but also staying in the family, not a surrendered sister. So she mentioned that at home, I have my family responsibility of my ailing parents who are actually not doing well. How do I balance my spiritual life with my family responsibility?
Spiritual life is not different from the responsibility that I have with patients, with my parents. I have to integrate spirituality, in give love, respect, care to them. This is spirituality. giving them good vibrations, talking to them nicely. This is spirituality. Spirituality is not different from our daily chores of life. We have to integrate it into our practical life. So, looking at them as not merely as parents, but as those souls who are presently undergoing some ailment, giving them good vibrations of strength, of love, this will also help. So, this is what we learn. Karma Yoga. This is Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga does not simply mean chopping vegetables, cleaning floors. No, Karma Yoga, this is yoga in action, where through your behavior, through your words, through your interaction with the people, you are able to give them peace, love, respect, happiness, and so on. This is spirituality. This is Karam Yoga. I believe this is Karam Yoga. And this is not different from spiritual responsibility.
I'll take this last question in the interest of time. I think it's a mother who's asking this question that I am taking care of my children. I am responsible for them fully. Can I take decisions on their behalf?
This is, we have to see if the children are small and not able to take decisions for themselves, then we can, because we are responsible for them. But we simultaneously want children also to learn. So we talk to them, discuss with them, and also see what they want. And when they agree as to what they want, and you are also satisfied that what they are desiring is okay, then let the decision come from them in the sense that the agreement, and in case they are not able to, then if you are taking responsibility of making decision, nothing wrong, I feel. You have to see the maturity of the child. And I feel that parents should um, be very open with children, give them plus and the minus points of both the aspects, and then let them decide what they want to do. But still, if they are not taking right decision according to you, you can have a discussion with them and bring them up to the point where they have agreement.
Right, wonderful answers. Thank you so much, Didi, for your invaluable time. As you are traveling to Mount Abu early morning tomorrow, I guess. So, in the interest of that, Sister Claudia will be conducting the meditation. But first, we will just want Dr. Ashok Mehta to propose a vote of thanks to Asha Didi before she leaves.
Thank you, Asha Ben, for giving us a beautiful examples from Yagya itself about the responsibility. We have always, as a surgeon, I always have felt that we also, when we were trained, first time when you were given a responsibility of operating on somebody, obviously, you feel worried about taking the responsibility. But it's like, unless until you are thrown into the sea, you will never learn swimming. This is what each one of us, and I still recollect my first appointment at Tata Memorial, what we call registrar. That means you just finish your MS and next you are given a responsibility. I went for an interview with my chief then, Dr. Jasawala, and he said something very simple. He said, look, I'm not appointing you as a registrar. That means only a little senior guy. You will be a resident surgeon because you are there 24 hours. That's how the responsibility was thirsts on you. And I think this is how we grew very fast. Unless and until we take the responsibility, I think what you have expounded is so beautiful. That how in our organization in Brahma Kumaris, how everyone, if a senior sister goes, somebody else takes over the responsibility. When you travel from ORC to Madhuban, there's somebody always there ready to take the responsibility. Thank you very much, Asha Ben, for sharing those beautiful thoughts.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Dr. Mehta, and thank you so much, Asha Didi. So you go ahead with the meditation after you leave, and happy journey tomorrow for your visit.
Thank you. I can just stay for 5 minutes for meditation, okay?
Okay, so you
If
can do the
you-
meditation. Yeah, please. Yeah.
If you wish to, no, you start meditation, I will
Okay.
be sitting with you for 5 minutes.
Fine. Thank you. So over to Claudia, sister, for the meditation.
Om Shanti. Let's bring the awareness of I, the soul. Sitting on my forehead. I'll take this time to relax, empower the self, the soul. When I connect to myself and I connect to the Supreme Soul, I can feel His power coming towards me. With His strength, His power, nothing is impossible. I just need to believe on myself. I just need to believe on Him. I just need to be responsible for my acts and my attitudes towards myself and towards others. In this world, we need to live with others. We need to think that I am a victorious soul. As a victorious soul, I'm always improving myself. And and I'm always helping others to improve. When we help others, we become victorious. In this world, we are not alone. We live very close together to each other. Even if we live far away. But we are all together. And for that, I have responsibility with all the souls and nature of the world. I can see myself as a tree the tree to be nice, they share the shadow with the other trees. It is the responsibility of the trees, and it's our responsibility to share with others. Always remember, I am a responsible soul. I am a victorious soul. By sharing, you are giving to your own self. Om Shanti. Shanti. Shanti.
Thank you so much, Claudia sister, for the insightful reflection and the meditation on responsibility. Thank you. I would now request Brother Kamlesh to do the announcements for the coming weeks.
We can't hear you, Kamlesh Bhai.
Oh, sorry about that. Let me start again. Om Shanti, thank you very much. So to expand on the talk that the sister gave today, we will now, rather in a few days, we will have a workshop associated with this value of responsibility. It will be hosted by Sister Maureen of London, and it is on Sunday, 4th of July, from 9 to 11 a.m. in Indian Standard Time, or in UK time is 4:30 to 6:30 a.m. The details of the Zoom ID and the passcode are on the screen. And if you put your details on the chat, and if you'd like more information, we can send it to you. You can either call us, messages on our Facebook, or you can even email us. Let's see if I can do it. Now, for the next topic in this series, Values for Life, is episode 17. And we have one of our favorite guests back, and that is BK Sister Jayanti of UK. She is the European Director of Brahma Kumaris. It will be on the value of cheerfulness, Harshit Mukta. It's on 10th of July. Again, it's a Saturday in Vancouver and in North America. And in Vancouver time, it will be 7:30 a.m. So it will be the same start time. And it will be broadcasted on multiple platforms, including YouTube and on Zoom. And it will also be broadcasted in a variety of languages. So like in Zoom today, we had multiple languages. So we will have those languages and probably a few more depending on availability. So if you need more information, you can check out the two websites listed here. So vihasa.in. So Vihasa is the key website in this program, and they will have all the details of all the programs and all the upcoming topics that will be coming our way in the next few days. And also you can check out vancouver.brahmakumaris.ca, where we post the latest or the most upcoming programs, as well as you can go there for Raj Yoga, meditation courses, and other workshops. You can also check us on YouTube, where all the past and current videos are put there and for you to see. And if you want to get more information from that, you can always email us from the two email addresses shown on the screen. Thank you very much. Manoj bhai, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Kamlesh, for the announcements. And thank you all the viewers who have participated in this. And thank you for your questions. Didi was really very happy. She messaged me that the questions were very interesting. So thank you all of you all once again, and see you soon in a fortnight. Thank you all of you. Bye-bye.